raining outside, so they sun.
Do we melt in the rain? Or they don't want people to get wet? I'm not trying to be funny. There are some people that I think could melt in the rain. Because they're evil, but. You guys watch Wicked? Do you want me to, I'm sorry?
There's an offer to resolve the case, Your Honor. I was waiting to speak to her.
Well, I was just gonna say, do you think they'll bring her over later, or should I just move her to tomorrow, or?
It states concern regarding her constitutional right to be seen within 24 hours. And the only reason that you can't be seen within 24 hours is mental health or refusal or behavior.
So let me ask you a question, because I could see some women doing this. They don't want to get wet because they don't want to mess up their hair. Is she refusing to come over because it's raining and she doesn't want to get wet? It's the COs. They don't want to bring her over. Okay.
Your Honor,
Hold on.
move her to the session. She has a right to be here. I can't waive her appearance because it's raining.
No, I think you're gonna have to tell somebody in a supervisory position that I'm sorry that the COs don't want to get wet, but some constitutional rights are gonna trump their,
It's the rain.
I'll get them an umbrella or a raincoat. I've never heard that before. Easy. Uh-huh, Jacqueline, Elaine. Oh, I gotcha. Well, okay, so we're gonna put her to the side. We'll do that. Okay, are you Philip Robinson? Okay, and Mr. Robinson, you're here on case number 2023 CF 1525AO. I didn't have a charging or I have a charging affidavit. I didn't have an affidavit of insolvency. Did you want a public defender appointed to represent you? Okay. No, okay. So I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. Excuse me, I will go ahead and stay the bonds at $3,500 on count 1. I am gonna lower the bond to $150 on count 2, and I'll lower the bond to $100 on count 3.
I'll take 3.
I'm sorry?
Oh. You thought you were,
Never mind, 3 is good.
Criminal mischief?
How much was count two?
Oh, I reduced it to 150? No, I did not.
Oh, you're not appointing?
I didn't
You can
appoint.
keep it, just to see.
and state would ask for a no return, no contact.
No return, no contact. Okay. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Hey,
Yep, you're all good. He said he was gonna hire his own attorney. Yeah, no, that's okay. Are you Samuel Lamar Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure.
Mr. Taylor, I have you here on case number 2023 CF 1211. Hold on. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. This is an arrest warrant that Judge Starr signed. Oh, great. Start losing my voice. She has your bond set at $2,500 on count 1, $2,500 on count 2, for a total of $5,000. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
State would just ask for no contact with the security personnel.
Okay, and no contact with the alleged victim.
Okay, mine is just disorderly conduct. That's my charge.
Okay, that's not what they charged you with, but maybe the state will follow up with that.
Okay, what am I being charged with? Because I haven't done anything. What am I being charged with?
I'm looking at an arrest warrant that says they're charging you with battery on emergency medical care provider, as well as battery on a security officer.
Okay, the officer showed up and he didn't freaking.
Speak about the fact.
He didn't charge me on that. He took me to Lakeside and I wasn't charged. I was
Okay.
took into Lakeside. So
Well, Well, I would talk to your attorney.
I was
There's
not
nothing-
charged for that. I went in the hospital.
I understand, but there's nothing.
I was rushed out. I
Sir.
did not touch the security guard, and I want to see the film. It's on film. I want to see a film before I'm charged with any.
That's not how this works.
Well, I
You
want
get,
by my attorney. Do I have a right to see the film?
no, you don't. Sir, you need to leave the courtroom before I have to make you force.
I want to see the film.
Bye-bye. See you later. Okay, James Michael Williams. Mr. Williams, you're here on case number 2023 CF 841AO. This is a warrant that was signed by Judge Tynan. He says none to be set at IA, but my understanding is the charges are a no bond anyway, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, it is a first-degree felony that's punishable by life, which you do have the discretion to set a bond. However, at this time, state would be requesting no bond, given the age of the victim and the nature of the charges.
Yeah, so I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, but I am gonna stay the bond at none and ask that you have no contact with the victim in this case. Okay, good luck to you, thank you.
Next section. That's trash. And then you need this front page, you can do trash too.
You're gonna have to wait a minute. Okay, it's because I'm in the middle, now I just took over warrant signing, but I don't start signing warrants till 1:30. Oh, I'm sorry.
Delivery.
Sorry, it's been that kind of a day. Yeah, can you just let him in to bring that?
They have to get in from.
Oh, they have to let him, okay, thank you. It's gonna be a long, long week. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at your shirt going, oh, it's a cop. And I'm not used to a book bag. That's nice. Thank you so much. And were you able to get my, Very nice. I like it better than that chunky thing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Who do you guys have next? Abdullah? Okay. How about Luis Manuel? Caleb Borislassian? PTR. Excellent. I'm hoping all of these people are gone. John Allen Burbank? Caldwell?
So what I said with this guy is he got
Okay, and you're Miss Caldwell. Miss Caldwell, how do you say your first name?
Hasimia.
Hysamia? Okay. And Miss Hysamia, you are here on case number 2023 MM 776AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And there's not going to be an offer on this case, but you do qualify for pretrial release. So what I'll do is go ahead and release you on pretrial release so that you don't have to post a monetary bond. You're just going to be supervised by pretrial services. That being said, I am going to order that you have no contact with, so I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it my understanding that Mr. Gilbert is your boyfriend, correct?
Who?
Mr. Gilbert?
No,
That's the
Barnes?
dad.
Evan Barnes.
Well, yes, Burns
Gilbert is his uncle.
is his uncle.
They're going through some type of probate.
Now, I understand that, so you don't tell me anything else, I just wanted to, so the 3137 Fitzgerald Drive,
That's my boyfriend's house.
yeah, that's the problem. He's not allowed to be there. Because there's is that the one where there's this injunction? Is that the one we were having the questions about?
No, I believe this is another one. However, the victim does reside at the same, it's Miss Odom, is the alleged victim.
Right.
He resides at that Fitzgerald Drive address, so state would ask for standard like DV conditions with a one-time return.
Sorry, after a while, they all start to go together. So, Ms. Caldwell, do you have someplace else you can stay? Do you have someplace else you can stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's my main thing. So I just need you not to go back to that Fitzgerald Drive address, have no contact with Ms. Odoms or Mr. Gilbert. Obviously, I'll let you go back there one time so you can get some belongings, because I'm sure that's where all your stuff is. You do need to do that with law enforcement officers. Also, no possession of weapons or firearms, and anything else? No return? That's it. Okay, good luck,
So
ma'am.
much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Michael Connors?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on one second.
No problem.
We can do separate, we can do one on BTR and one on bond.
No return, she can return one time. And Mr. Connors, you are here on case number 2023 MM769AO. It's a disorderly conduct and a resisting. Were we gonna try to resolve this?
Yes.
State did relay an offer to Mr. Connors of an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and no return to either the Travel Lodge or the Chili's.
Okay, Mr. Connors, I am being handed the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the form? And did you, she says you're entering a plea of no contest. And has anybody forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was this to both counts?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so sir, at this time, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty as to both counts 1 and 2, sentencing you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served.
Okay.
I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. I am gonna order that you not return back to the Travel Lodge or the Chili's that are on International Drive. And there are court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that back. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just close the zero.
Tyler Farmer is, medical.
Medical?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. George, do you want to,
Was medical?
waive Mr. Farmer, or do you want me to bring him back tomorrow?
Yes, because there's a plea.
Okay. So on Tyler Aaron Farmer, 2023 MM783AO, we'll go ahead and reset him tomorrow. If he does want to bond out, I'll still give him the bond of $500, but if he comes back tomorrow, maybe we can resolve it. How about Santiago Griggs? Okay, Mr. Griggs, good afternoon. You're here on case number 2023 MM775. Let me ask you, were you wanting to try to hire your own attorney, or were you wanting the public defender's office? I'm sorry? Public defender, okay. So let me just ask you a question. Do you get paid at your job every 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so the people that were helping you fill out this form indicated that you bring home $1,400 in cash every 2 weeks.
That's not in cash, that's a paycheck.
Wouldn't, I know, but what I'm saying is after you take out taxes and everything like that, that you're bringing home $1,400 every 2 weeks without.
I don't, the taxes, it drops down to like 1,000.
That, so this is before the taxes.
Yes, ma'am.
So how much, does it probably come down to about like 900 by the time they take out all the taxes?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Yep, so based on that, you will qualify, so I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. This charge does have a bond. Hold on one second. This is Mr. Griggs. Oh, there we are. So he does qualify for pretrial release, so I will go ahead and, let him get out on pretrial release. Mr. Griggs, that means you don't have to, apply any money to get out. You'll just be supervised by pretrial services. Are there any conditions?
They would just ask for no return to the mapping zone.
Okay. Do you guys have that information, the mapping zone? The mapping zone area, the last time I looked at it, looks like it incorporates almost the entire extent of OBT, if you really look at it, but
It
If you just
depends
put
on-
mapping zone, I think that should be.
that should be good. Okay. So, Mr. Griggs, can I just see this real quick? Oh, you live in Eatonville, so that shouldn't be a problem. So we're just asking that you not return to the mapping zone area. It's usually that area along OBT, kind of by the Florida Mall, but you live in Eatonville, correct? So you don't really, do you work near there?
Yes, ma'am. My job, I have to get off the bus and literally walk through that zone to get to work. And there's no other way that I can get past through that zone.
Okay, so can I just take it out? Yeah, I'll just say, we're just gonna release you on pretrial release and not make that a condition, because it's too hard to try to,
Yeah,
Figure all that
There's only one way to get to my job and one way out from there.
just don't talk to anybody.
Gotcha, I got you.
Headphones, just go to work.
Thank you.
Okay,
So no conditions with the PTR, Your Honor?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good luck, sir, thank you. Sean Dallas Hendy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Hendy, you're here on 2023 MM41AO. Was there an offer to resolve these?
Yes, they did give me an offer to Mr. Hendy of an adjudication of guilt and credit for time served.
And he would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I approach?
So, Mr. Hendy, she's walking me up the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated you'd like to enter a plea of no contest, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that here today?
No.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept your pleas to both counts 1 and 2, adjudicating you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I will release you from those charges and those charges only. That does run concurrently with each other. There are also court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that back. Do you have any questions?
So I'll be released pretty soon?
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck. I don't think you have to, but I saw somebody did it on the paperwork the other day, so I wasn't sure if that was something you guys need. I mean, usually when you do time served, it just means, yeah. So, okay, good afternoon. Are you Rob, is it Locker?
Yes, ma'am.
And did I say your last name properly?
Loker.
Loker, okay. And Mr. Loker, you're here on 2023 MM768AO. It is a charge of criminal mischief. I would assume there's not an offer on this case.
There's none at this time.
I will go ahead, sir, and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. What was the state's position on the case that he's currently out on bond for?
I don't currently have
Just
it
Mr.
open.
Loker,
I don't have anything for him.
I'm on it when I finish that case, ma'am.
oh yeah, they closed that out. I think that might have been
Do you have a case
resolved.
number on it, Your Honor?
I do. It's 2022 CF7667AO. A big old gold sheet?
Yes. There was a plea hearing on it.
He had,
He pled on the 31st of January, so that case is closed.
do you want me to take this off? Do you want me to,
Yeah, they closed it out, so that can just,
I'll just put it with the,
yeah, I can shred it.
Okay, so disregard. So, that does mean though that you have a $500 bond. So I will go ahead and stay the bond at $500. I am gonna order you not to return back to the Family Dollar store on that, on Orange Blossom Trail. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Jose Nunez Medina. Elijah John Ramos. He bonded? Oh, PTR. Cedric Jamal Richmond.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Lester Renee David Castillo.
PTR.
Okay. Maurice Gerard Turner.
He refused, Your Honor.
I will waive your honors.
You want to waive or you want to try to bring him back tomorrow?
I can try for tomorrow, and then if not, I'll waive. There's an offer, I just didn't know. Can we reset for tomorrow? I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. So on Mr. Turner, 2023 MM764AO, he's got a $500 bond. He can bond out, but I'll see him back tomorrow if he wants to try to resolve it. Okay. Is this Miss Barnes?
She bonded, Your Honor.
This does not look like an Andy Vasquez.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Anthony Marcellus Bellin.
He refused, Your Honor.
I will waive your honor.
This guy.
So this is, yeah, Andy Marcellus Bellin. This is, he's got two cases. I have case number 2023 CF1541AO. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him.
So she's gonna give conditions that you waived. She's out to give you your conditions and your bond.
I will stay the bond at $30,000 on count one. Okay, the tampering with physical evidence, I'll stay at $300. Then he has the second case, which is an arrest warrant in 2022 CF12150AO. That one, he does have a bond on count one of $10,000. Count two is $1,000. There are conditions that say he is not to return to the scene and no contact with the named victim, and I'll appoint the PD on that case as well. And note that they have waived his appearance. Herman Benjamin.
Mental health, Your Honor.
I will waive your honor.
On Mr. Benjamin, case number 2023 CF1542AO. I'll appoint the public defenders. I'm finding probable cause. I'll stay the bond at $1,000, and we'll note that we're waiving his appearance. Tanya Marie Bland. Okay. Okay, so, Ms. Blaine, you are here on 2023 CF1100AO. This is an arrest warrant signed by Judge Starr. She has set your bond at $5,000 on count one, $5,000 on count two, and $2,500 on count three. That is a total of $12,500. I will note that those are for incidents alleged to have occurred on September 13th, which would predate what you're currently out on bond for. So I will go ahead and take no action on the out on bond, so you will have a bond to get out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good luck.
Are there any conditions?
She didn't put any. Okay. James Milton Boyd. Hi, good afternoon. Are you Mr. Boyd?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Boyd, you are here on case number 2023 CF1559AO. This is a charge of, now I gotta switch. Hold on one second. Okay. So I have a charge of possession of methamphetamines. I'll stay the bond at $1,000. I am finding probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Is there any way I could be released on pretrial?
Is there any way to what?
You don't qualify.
You don't qualify, I'm sorry. Thank you. Jade Brodus? Okay, Ms. Brodus, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1159AO. This is an arrest warrant signed by Judge Starr. She determined probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. She has count one, attempted second-degree murder with a firearm set at no bond, as well as the aggravated assault with a firearm at no bond. She is entitled to bond to counts 2 and 1.
She is, count one is just a first-degree felony, due to it being an attempt and a second. The firearm doesn't re-enhance, so it is just an F1, so she is entitled to bond on all charges.
Okay.
State would just ask that you take into account the gravity of the offense and that the alleged victim was shot, when setting her bond.
Okay, so Ms. Brodus, I will go ahead and set your bond at $10,000 on count 1. I'll do $1,000 on count 2, and I'll keep the $2,000 on count 3. I'm gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victim or any witnesses in this case. Okay, good luck, ma'am, and no possess any weapons or firearms.
Okay, thank you.
Emmanuel Brown?
Behavior, Your Honor.
I will waive, Your Honor.
On Mr. Brown, he's here on 2023 CF 1558AO. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent him. So he's probably not going anywhere. I'll stay the bonds at $2,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. I'll order that he have no contact with the alleged victim and no return to that location. Jeremiah Birch.
Right here, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Birch. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1544. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
And what is this charge for?
This charge is possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia.
I'm gonna own the paraphernalia, but the drugs was in a high-profile area, and,
Stop talking about it. Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Birch, part of the reason why she probably doesn't want you to talk is, one, it's not good because we're being recorded, but the
Yes,
other is
ma'am.
that you're currently out on bond,
yes, ma'am.
and so I can actually revoke that bond and hold you with no bond at all.
Yes, ma'am, please don't.
I didn't think you want me to do that. Did the state have any strong preferences one way or the other?
No, Your Honor, due to being municipal ordinance, they're unrelated, state would ask that you take no action.
So, Mr. Birch, I am gonna stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2, but I'll take no action on the case that you're currently out on bond for, so you can at least get out with those bonds, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, okay?
Franklin Lamar Burns.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Burns. You're here on case number 2023 CF 1498. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and stay the bonds at the 150 on count 1, 100 on count 2, 100 on count 3, and 5,000 on count 4, I am going to order that you not return back to that location on Carver Avenue. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Resolve the case today?
I'm sorry?
Can we resolve the case today?
No, unfortunately, it's going to take a little while on this one. Angel Centeno? Okay, Mr. Centeno, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1329AO. This was a warrant that was signed by Judge Strobridge. She set your bond in the amount of $2,500. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I also just want to remember, if you are able to bond out, to make sure that you do register when you do. Yes, ma'am. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes.
The one.
From earlier? Okay. So, ma'am, you are Jacqueline Sewell Johnson?
Johnson Sule.
Johnson Sule.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have you here on some city ordinances. We gonna try to resolve that?
Have a moment.
Yes, ma'am. I'm under,
Hold on, let her talk to you.
There's that. And state did convey an offer to Ms. Johnson of an adjudication of guilt and credit for time served.
yeah. I'm not talking.
Okay.
Do you have the case number, Your Honor?
I do, yes, ma'am. It's case number 2023 MO 181AO. Okay, so, ma'am, you did sign the plea form, and did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
She says you're gonna enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, that this could cause problems with immigration?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty as to both counts. I will sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs for 223, but I'll give you a year to pay that back. If you don't pay it off in a year, they'll suspend your driver's license. If that's an issue for you, let me know. If not, you're good to go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Take care. Okay, Marcus, is it Atkins?
Ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Atkins, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1552AO. It is a charge of possession of MDMA. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. He is currently out on PTR, maybe?
Yep.
He's out on PTR for the grand theft in 2023 CF 464AO. He just released on the 12th. The state have any strong feelings about?
Your state will leave it within your discretion, as they are otherwise unrelated. However, state is worried about the
So,
temporal time frame between them.
Mr. Atkins, the concern obviously is that anytime you are out on bond and you pick up a new charge, I can always revoke that bond and hold you without any bond. I'm not inclined to do that this afternoon because they're not that similar and they happen, the time frame doesn't really bother me. It's that they're not that similar. But please try to stay out of trouble after this, because if you keep stacking these up, it's just gonna force us to have to hold you without bond, okay? So I'll go ahead and, let me ask you, because he's out on PTR on that, can I put him on PTR for this, or does he not qualify?
He won't qualify.
Okay. So I think you're gonna have to bond out on this one, but I'll make the bond, how about I'll lower it to $500, okay? Good luck to you, sir, thank you. David Lee Griffin? Hi, Mr. Griffin. You're here on case number 2023 CF1549. This is a charge of possession of methamphetamines. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna keep your bond set at $1,000, and you're all set, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Cameron Douglas Gumble?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Gumble, you're here on case number 2021 CF12814. This is a capias that was issued by the trial judge for failing to appear for a pretrial conference. They have set your bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender's office if they were not previously appointed, and then they can try to get you back in front of the trial judge for a bond hearing, okay?
When is my court date, ma'am?
I don't have an actual court date yet, but I would talk to them.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Matthew Christopher Hamilton? Okay. And Mr. Hamilton, there we go. You are here on case number 2023 CF1546AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am going to have the bond set at $1,000. And I'll go ahead and reduce the bond on the count 2 to $100. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Anna Hammett?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Hammond, I have a couple cases here. The first one I have is 2023 CF1530AO. This is out of Division 22. It's for the grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I will go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000 on that case. And appoint the public defender's office to represent you. The second case I have is 2023 CF1532AO. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office. I am gonna reduce the bond to $500 on count 2, but on count 1, I apologize. Keep count 2 at $100. And then on the third case, 2023 CT 787AO. That's the driving while license suspended or revoked. I will also reduce that bond to $100. Now, that being said, you are currently out on bond for possession of MDMA. It looks like you just got released on the 7th.
Yes, ma'am, but neither one that I didn't have anything on me.
Don't talk about the facts.
I was thinking since she thinks she's pregnant, maybe it would be good for her to stay in the jail and take some prenatal.
No, ma'am,
vitamins.
it's in my tubes. I was supposed to be going to the hospital.
She needs to have a procedure. The baby is in her tubes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I just ask that you consider, she has only one conviction on her record, so I just ask that you not take any action on the out on bond, given the limited criminal history, or if you are inclined to revoke, that maybe you set one of the counts higher as opposed to revoking.
Fleming?
Your Honor, state will leave within your discretion. It is recent, however, state has not filed. So state will leave it within your discretion.
I don't know, if she stays in jail, she gets to go to Winnie Palmer. It's a nice hospital. Ms. Hammett, I don't want you to have to end up in jail, but let me also tell you that it's not healthy. I mean, you obviously know that. It's not healthy for any baby to have drugs in your system. So I also don't want you to have to end up seeing Judge Higbee when you are pregnant and then she just immediately take your baby away.
Yeah,
So,
I can't keep it. I'm gonna have a procedure, but I promise I won't be back.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna take any, action on the case that you're out on bond for, but please, 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 please do not get in any more trouble.
Oh, I promise.
Okay, good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Gregory Harding? Okay, Mr. Harding, you're here on case number 2023 CF1510AO. Yeah,
I know on Ms. Hammond's case, I didn't see an attorney appointed on the out on bond. Could you appoint us on that out on bond as well?
sure, yeah. Mr. Harding, on this case, this is a charge of grand theft of a motor vehicle. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I am gonna go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000. Okay, good luck to you, sir, thank you. Michael Kearse? Did I say your last name properly? Okay. So, sir, you're here on 2023 CF1551AO. It is a charge of, I did review the charging affidavit. I'm finding probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep your bond set at $1,000 on count 1, and I'll reduce count 2 to $100. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Leandre Kendrick?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. You are here. Oops, hold on, give me 1 second to switch out. Okay, so this is case number 2023 CF1556AO. Fleeing and attempting to elude and child abuse. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will go ahead and set the bond at $1,000 on count 1 and $1,000 on count 2. Sir, DCF is definitely gonna get involved in this, so I think you need to abide by any plan that they put into place, and you probably are not gonna be able to have any contact with the child at this time, okay? Good luck to you, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Andy Lang. Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Lang. You are here on case number 2023 CF1531AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will go ahead and stay the bonds at $1,000 on count 1. $100 on count 2 and $100 on count 3. Now, you are currently out on bond on case number 2022 CF10323AO. Looks like you have a hearing next week on that case. I see Miss Adamson. She's not at the public defender's office anymore.
No, she went private.
Okay.
That case has been filed on, and we only filed a petty theft 2 prior. So it is still a felony, however, there's only one count.
Ms. Fleming, did you have strong thoughts in regards to him being out on bond?
No, Your Honor, due to being unrelated, so still leave it within your discretion.
Mr. Lang, you obviously realize the more that you go out and commit crimes while you're out on bond, it puts you in this predicament where I can no bond you and hold you. I'm not inclined to do that today, but if you keep returning with additional charges, you're gonna force our hands to hold you on all your cases without bond. So I'll go ahead and take no action on the 2022 CF 10323, and then we'll stay those other bonds, and that way you should be able to bond out, okay? Good luck to you, sir, thank you. Michael Roy Lawrence. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Lawrence. You are here on 2023 CF 1550AO. This is a charge of possession of methamphetamine. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I'll stay the bond at $1,000. Okay?
I can't get an R&R, you can't get, do R&Rs?
No, you don't qualify. Sorry, sir.
I'm saying, they had no other situation, they had some other situation going on to where
Don't talk about the facts.
okay.
Talk to your attorney. If you can't get out of jail, I just appointed one, and she just gave you the phone number. Antonio Lemon? Hey, Mr. Lemon, you're here on 2023 CF 1528AO. This looks like an add-on charge that the Sheriff's Department, it's from December 30th. It's a burglary of a dwelling and a petty theft. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I'll stay the bonds at $5,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. I will also order that you not return to that location. Okay? Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor,
Thank
I would
you.
also ask for no contact.
And no contact.
Your Honor, do you have the location? He doesn't.
Yes. This one is the property of Stephen Cruz, located at 7600 Perugia Avenue. Sardal Leonard. Okay, Mr. Leonard. Has his prints come back yet?
Yes, they have, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Leonard, you're here on 2022 CF 6302AO. This is a failure to appear. Judge Harris set your bond at none. I'll make sure that you have the Public Defender's Office appointed if they weren't previously appointed, and they'll try to get you a bond hearing with her. Okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you. Tabitha Martinson? Good afternoon.
Let me sign the paper for a public defender. I don't know why, but
Okay, no worries. You wanted them to represent you?
yeah, but I guess we could just go ahead. I guess you can. I guess I'm gonna get the same outcome anyway. Probably, right or no?
I sometimes think the PDs get you better outcomes because they deal with the state attorney every day.
I would rather have one then.
Okay. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. This is in case number 2023 CF 1526AO. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there is probable cause. Let's see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stay the bonds on this. It'll be $3,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, $150 on count 3, and $100 on count 4.
Okay.
I am gonna order that you not return back to that location at 400 North Main Street in Winter Garden. and have no contact with the occupants of that building.
What, I have a question. What if that address isn't supposed to exist anyway? Where it's at? What would that mean?
I just wouldn't go back to where you got arrested just to be safe. Travis McCaskill?
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1518 AO. This is a charge of criminal mischief. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000 on the criminal mischief charge. I'm gonna ask that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. My guess is you might not even remember them. But you are out on bond on the driving while license suspended or revoked. But because you were taking the Uber and not driving, I won't take any action on the cases that you're out on bond for. So you should be able to bond out.
I have one question, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
On those cases,
Does he have any holds?
I mean, he had holds. They're now closed out for his first appearance detainer.
But he can
For
bond.
the out on bond, but yeah, I just closed them out. So other than that, I don't see anything.
Okay. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Keith Allen Miller? Okay. So what do you want me to do? You'll waive? Okay. So on Mr. Miller, that is case number 2023 CF 152280. It's grand theft of a motor vehicle. I'll stay the bond at $1,000, appointing the public defender's office. And that's it. Okay.
I believe
He has multiple. okay.
3 more
Oh,
cases.
sorry, I just saw all these now. Okay, sorry. He also has, yes, case number 2022 CF 1177780. This is an arrest warrant. Bond's been set at $7,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2. It includes no contact with the victim, no weapons or firearms, and no return to the scene. I will appoint the public defender's office. I'm sorry? I don't think so. It says Berg dwelling and grand theft. I'm doing the 1177. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'll just stay the bonds on that one. And then the violation of probation is a warrant issued by Judge Davis Wilson. She set the bond at none. That's on the 2022 CF 48AO. I'll appoint the public defender. And then, yes, the third case, or the fourth case really, is 2023 CF 1565AO. This is the case that Judge Strobridge signed the warrant. She set the bond at $2,500 on count 1. I'll do $100 on count 2. It is domestic violence related. And she also included no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms, and no drugs or alcohol. And I'll appoint the public defender. Okay. Yes. Silvio Nicholas. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Nicholas. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1548. This is a charge of possession of cocaine. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding probable cause. I am going to stay the bond at $1,000, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Shane Eichel Niezgoda? Did I just butcher your entire name? Okay. So how do you say, is it Cheyenne or Cheyenne? It is Shane, okay. And then the Eichel is like a Michael but without the M?
It's Shane Michael.
Oh, it is Shane Michael, okay. And then how do you say your last name?
Niezgoda.
Niezgoda, okay. So, sir, you are here on case number 2023 CF 155480. This is, hold on one second. Okay, so I will go ahead and stay the bond of $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2, $100 on count 3. We'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, good luck, sir, thank you. Brianna Nutter. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. You are here on 2022 CF 352380. This is a capias that was issued after you failed to appear for a plea hearing. The judge in that case did set your bond at $5,000 on count 1 and $500 on count 2.
Sort of, I'm not. Or regional? Okay, well, when I was here
You know who our
before,
lawyer
it says Fletcher Herbert.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher?
That's the conflict attorney.
It's the conflict
But
attorney.
I've been paying a private attorney.
Okay, well, you want to make sure that your private attorney comes in and takes over on the case. Because right now, I think it still is showing Mr. Fletcher as your attorney.
Yeah, just keep Fletcher.
Okay, so let me, are you going to be able to bond out?
How much, like, would I be
So
able to
it's-
bond myself out again?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much would that be, like, if I?
$5,500, or if you do go through a bondsman, they would make you pay 10%,
So that would be how much?
$55? No, $550, sorry.
100?
I'm really bad at math.
Yeah, me too right now.
Maybe 600.
It's 600? Oh, because of that.
100 minimum, yeah.
What?
Sorry, it's actually 600 because apparently they won't, yeah, it's just 600. So my thing is, I just want to know, do you want me to let Mr. Fletcher know that you're here in case you can't get out?
Yes.
Okay, I will,
But I'm pretty sure I'd be able to bond myself out again.
okay,
Like,
well,
I have the money to, like, if I call like my bondsman again, would they let me?
that's up to them. But I'll call Mr. Fletcher and tell him that you're here just in case,
Okay.
okay? Good luck to you, ma'am, thank you. Craig Parham, bonded?
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Proctor?
Bonded, Your Honor.
Samantha Marie Pryor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Pryor, you're here on case number 2023 CF 152380. Hold on one second. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna stay the bond at $100,000 on count 1. I will lower the bond on count 2 to $150. Okay, and the PD does represent you. Good luck to you, ma'am, thank you. Does she have a 5-day hold? Or no?
No, she just has a hold from Miami.
Miami, okay. Okay, are you Melanie Richardson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Richardson, this is case number 2023 CF 142880. It's an arrest warrant that Judge Strobridge signed. She gave you a bond of $1,500. It also includes that you have no contact with the victim and do not return to the scene. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Does she have a second case, Your Honor?
Do what?
Does she have a second case?
I have a second case for her.
I only show one.
It's 1539 and then it's 1428.
Hmm.
1539, and then there's,
I see it on the sheet.
she's scheduled for that one as well.
Hold on 1 second, let me see if I can.
They're both the same charge. No, she's still in there, in here on that one. They were both 1,500.
It is one.
Yeah, I don't have anything. All I have is the first appearance sheet that you guys put in there.
So you have the
Have an arrest
paperwork
affidavit?
for, you have the paperwork for which case? Okay, I'll print out
They won't give it to you.
the arrest
They
affidavit
already
for the other one.
interviewed you. They say.
I don't need the affidavit as long as,
No.
is it another arrest warrant that Judge Strobel?
No, it looks like it's a probable cause.
It's a
brand new-
add-on,
new
I believe.
arrest.
Oh, yeah.
Stated it was a no.
Okay. I'll get this to you when I'm done. So it's 2023 CF 1539. It is an add-on charge. Same officer. So this is for a charge of petty theft alleged to have occurred on February 2nd from the Family Dollar store in Eatonville. So I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $1,500 and have you not return back to that location, and I'll appoint the public defender's office.
Your Honor, would you consider reducing that count to 1,000? She's currently on disability. She's disabled.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not gonna do both.
Thank you.
You don't qualify for.
Okay, next I have Mr. Rocher. Shelton's. How about Eduardo Enrique Soto? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Soto. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1520AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and, on count one, I will reduce the bond to $150. I will stay the bond at $3,500 on count two. And I'll leave it at that. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, state would ask for a no contact, no return.
Okay, no contact and no return. Gretchen Soto Ortiz? She bonded, maybe? Gretchen Soto Ortiz?
Do you have a booking number for them?
Yes, her booking number is 230-02963.
They bonded.
Okay, thank you. Wanza Thomas? Okay. On Mr. Thomas, that is case number 2023 CF 1557AO. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. Jeez Louise, he just got out. Well, Miss McClymon's, she needs some work, so. I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000 on count one, $1,000 on count two, and I'll be nice and lower the resisting to resisting, it's resisting without, so it should be $100. But I am gonna forfeit the bond or revoke the bond in the 2023 CF 932AO and hold him on a no bond, and we'll let Ms. McClymonds know. She loves coming to the jail. Mr. Torres? Okay. Mr. Torres, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1553AO. This is a grand theft of motor vehicle. I did review the charging affidavit. Did you want the public defender, or are you gonna hire your own attorney?
I want the public defender.
Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna order, that the bond be stayed at $1,000 and that you not return to that location, okay? Good luck to you, sir, thank you.
He said, what is the location, Your Honor?
It's, I don't know. Oh, this is, never mind.
Just no contact.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just meant no contact with the,
The owner.
yeah. Okay, good luck, thank you. Yeah, no contact. Are you Miss Tori? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I have case number 2023 CF 1533AO. This is a charge of possession of cocaine. I reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I wasn't inclined to revoke the bond unless you had strong feelings about it. Or I could double the,
She was approved on the 27th of December for PTD. This may kick her out, Your Honor, so I just ask that you set maybe a higher bond on the drug possession as opposed to revoking.
That's fine with the state, Your Honor.
okay. So, Ms. Tori, obviously, when you go out on bond and you get picked up on new charges, it runs the risk, that's why you got held here today, because I can technically revoke the bond that you're out on and hold you with no bond. Because you were being offered PTD, they're probably gonna take that back because of this new charge. So I'm not gonna pour salt in the wound. So what I'll do is I'll take no action on the case that you're currently out on bond for, but I am gonna double the bond on the cocaine charge to $2,000, but at least then you can bond out. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. James Edward Woods.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Woods. You are here on a couple things. So I have, is this in that one too? Okay. So I have 2023 CF 1509AO. It's a burglary of a structure and petty theft. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $3,500 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. I am gonna order that you not return to that location. Yeah, that you not return to that location. Then it looks like they added on a second case here of 2023 CF 1547AO. This is the burglary of a structure, grand theft, and criminal mischief. I am finding probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'll stay the bond at $3,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. And again, order that you not return to that location. He is currently out on bond for the exact same charge. So, Mr. Woods,
We are appointed.
yeah, you have Ms. Rimmer on that case. I am gonna revoke your bond in case number 2022 CF 9980AO. I will set your bond at none, but we'll make sure we get in touch with your public defender so that she can try to set you for a bond hearing, okay? Good luck to you.
He had another case he was
There's
out on?
two.
It was
Oh, yes,
2022?
yes, yes, I apologize. I knew there was another page here. Sorry. That one is 2022 CF 9516AO, also burglary, restructure, and grand theft. I will revoke his bond in that case as well. Set the bond at none. I don't have any more papers. Who are you?
Hi, Pablo.
What's your name?
Pablo.
Pablo.
Yeah.
Tom, he's an excellent attorney, and he's done everything that he can possibly do. The problem is that the facts in this case are that you are placed on probation for driving under the influence. I'm reading the charging affidavit, and I understand that you've entered a plea of not guilty, but just looking at the bare bones in between the four corners of the document, there's a lot to indicate that you were continuing to drive with alcohol in your system. I think part of the reason why they didn't do a DUI investigation is because you'd gone back home, which is probably the smartest thing to do when you get in a crash and want to get out of a DUI. So I do believe that you are a danger to society, and I'm also not going to have Judge Starr come after me because she's brutal. But I will go ahead and keep your bond set at none. I can certainly assist Mr. Wurtzel in trying to get with Judge Starr's judicial assistant to see if she can do a bond hearing later today or on Monday. But at this time, I'm not inclined to grant bond. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Wurtzel, do you want me to email Randy, Judge Starr's JA, or will you reach out to her?
If the court's willing to do that, that would be excellent. May carry more weight, and I also don't have my computer here with me and won't be back to my office for probably 45 minutes.
Okay, no, I'll reach out to her and tell her that we did a bond hearing this morning, that I denied it, but that you may want to get in front of her to argue in front of her.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wurtzel. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
I couldn't think of her last name to save my life. This is Mr. Lewis. Okay, good morning, Mr. Lewis. You were on our docket yesterday, and we rolled you to today because the public defender thought you might be interested in resolving the open container charge.
Yes, and state did convey an offer to Mr. Lewis of an adjudication credit time served for him to accept.
Yes, ma'am, because he is going to resolve the underlying charge, I will go ahead and take no action on the cases that he's out on bond for. And Mr. Lewis, I do have your signature here on this plea form. Did you have any questions about the rights on the form? And she's indicated you would like to enter a plea of no contest. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that here today? And sir, do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation? Okay, so I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 3 days that you've previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, but I will give you a full year to pay that money back. And you are all set, sir. Hopefully they'll release you shortly, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay. So now we are at Kevin Devon Barnes. Mr. Barnes, you are here on case number 2023 CF1540AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. After reviewing the charging affidavit, I am finding that there's probable cause. I am going to issue a no contact order between you and your uncle, specifically your uncle, but I'm also going to include the witnesses in this case. The no contact order that you signed is you just acknowledging that you're aware that no contact order is in place. I realize this is family, and so at some point you're probably gonna maybe want to change it, or he may want to change it. Just make sure that you understand it has to be changed by the trial judge, otherwise you're the one that ends up back in jail. I will go ahead and set you with a bond. Your bond will be $3,500. With the no contact order, no return to the scene, maintain separate residence. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Sean Jackson Bowling. Okay, good morning, sir. You're here on case number 2023 CF1560AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding probable cause, and I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Without Ms. Sewell being present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order. The officer's going to give you that order. You're going to sign it. It's just acknowledging that you're aware that it's in existence. If you want it to change, you do need to get with your attorney so you can get in front of the trial judge. Otherwise, you do run the risk of going back to jail. I will go ahead and set your bond in the amount of $2,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. The conditions are that you have no contact with the victim, you maintain a separate residence. Is there anything that she has that you need, like any belongings that she has that you need to get from her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings. And then additionally, I'll add that you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Donald Kloss. Hi, good morning, sir. You are here on case number 2023 CF1545AO.
Yes, ma'am.
I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding probable cause, and I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Now, in the box is, I'm assuming this is Juan Carrero? Okay, Mr. Carrero, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, so you've heard me talk before about the no contact order. Were you wanting to continue with that no contact order, or were you wanting Mr. Kloss to come home?
It's a lot. As far as the charges go, I know you mentioned about the other one. It's really not up to me to make that call as far as to drop charges or not.
Right.
I guess it would ultimately have to. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So let's not think so much about the charges right now, because that's,
Just trying not to like put my feelings into this right now. This is a lot.
I don't know, I totally understand. What I'm more concerned about right now is what you want to happen as far as if, I have to let him out. Obviously, he's entitled to a bond, but I'm just concerned about your safety. Do you feel like you feel safe if he comes home and stays with you again? Or do you think that this would be better to have this no contact order? It'll kind of give you guys some breathing room, and if it's something that you want to change, you can always get with the trial judge down the road.
I'm gonna go with no contact for now, but I can change that, correct?
Yes, yes, sir. So just keep in mind, if that, let's just say, I'm just kind of giving you a hypothetical, but like 4 days from now, you kind of have an epiphany or something happens and you go, oh, let's all just try to go to counseling and make this all better. That's fine, but you're gonna need to reach out to the state attorney's office or to Mr. Klaus's public defender so that they can get you in front of that trial judge, because if you come around him, he's gonna be the one that ends up back in jail. Okay, so and that's fine, and if you feel like after a while that you wanna keep it in place for a while, you can do that as well. But do maintain contact with the state attorney's office so they can keep you updated about the case. So, Mr. Klaus, you're understanding that right now, I'm gonna keep this no contact order in place. It's not something that he's dead set on, but that he would like it for now, but you can change it. But the only person that can do that is the trial judge. I will go ahead and give you a bond. That bond's gonna be $1,000. With the no contact order, it obviously means that you're not gonna be able to live together. You have someplace else you can stay for a little bit?
Maybe for a day or two. After that, I'd probably have to go to a shelter, which, again, I'm okay with that. I'd rather that than stay in jail. I guess
And you never know. Somebody might say, hey, you can stay with me on my
I
couch
just
for a
want
while.
to say this. I appreciate that you're giving me $1,000 bond because I can afford that a lot more with a bondsman than what I was told downstairs it might be.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful for that.
Yes, sir. So I will go ahead, I will put that you're obviously not gonna be able to return to the location you share with him, that you need to maintain a separate residence. I'm certainly gonna allow you to go back with law enforcement officers one time so that you can retrieve some belongings that you may need. The only other thing is I don't want you to possess any weapons or firearms.
So all my weapon, like he had bought me a set of daggers and I have a samurai sword from a previous relationship. All that must stay in the dwelling.
So
I
you.
don't mind, I'm just making sure.
You can do different things. You can either agree that it'll stay with him and it'll just be safe there for now, or if you feel more comfortable when law enforcement come with you, you can give it to them and they'll keep it for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Do you have any other questions?
No, I just want to say thank you again.
Okay, you're welcome. Sir, do you have any other questions? Okay, good luck to you both. Thank you.
If you don't want to just write it. Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. Are you Jacob Hockman?
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Hockman, you're here on 2023 CF 1519. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. Oh, that's not you. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So obviously, without Ms. Acevedo here today, I do have to issue that no contact order. The no contact order does remain with you until the case is resolved, unless you get it changed by the trial judge. Now, the trial judge on this is Judge Harris. You would just need to talk to your public defender about getting in front of her. You are entitled to a bond. I'm gonna set your bond at $2,000 on count one, $100 on count two. With the no contact order, it's my understanding the two of you do not live together, so you're just gonna continue to maintain a separate residence. Is there anything at her house that you absolutely need?
I run a resale business. I sell products on Amazon, and I regularly have products shipped to her house. She lives with her grandmother, and I have a good relationship with her, and she allows me to do so. So I don't know, yeah.
So
May I say something, please?
why don't you ask your attorney first?
Thank you. All right, never mind. Thank you.
Okay.
2,000 and 100, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'll call my parents and have them take care of it.
I would be careful with the grandma thing because I'm telling you not to have any contact with
Right.
her.
No, I understand.
So I don't know if you
I mean,
wanna-
I just got the injunction too that I can't go to the residence, so I probably just have to stop sending stuff there for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say
would
you
have
may
to
just wanna
have
see if you can
A
divert it.
responder come and meet me there so I can get whatever's there already.
Yeah, so So I will go ahead and include that you can return one time with law enforcement officers to obtain any belongings that you may need.
Okay.
I'll also order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. As DCF was notified, I do need you to abide by any plan that they put in place.
I understand that.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank
Thank you
you.
kindly. Okay, great. I guess she wouldn't know. I have an out-of-county holds.
Let me just double
I
check, but I
asked,
don't.
because
No.
I actually was arrested for these same charges last year, about 10 months ago, and I had a violation in Broward County for a DUI, and they released me on ROR, and they never sent me a court date, and so I haven't been to court for it, so I don't know, like, I just wanted to see if they had a hold for me about it.
You may want to call Broward and just ask them what happened to the case.
Okay, I've talked to my lawyer, and he's just told me, wait. He said, just let them, it's their job.
It is their job, so just leave it alone.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. To Carrie Knight? Yes, sir. You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Knight, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1502AO. This is a warrant that was signed by Judge Strobridge. She determined there was probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The first count, burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery therein, it is punishable by life. That means that you are not technically entitled to a bond, so your bond will remain at none on that count. She did give you a $1,000 bond on count 2. I will set your bond at $100 on count 3, and she has, count 4 has a $500 bond. She also has conditions that you have no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms, and no drugs or alcohol. Is there anything at the alleged victim's house that you need? Okay, then you should be good to go. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Corey Alexander.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Alexander, you are here on case number 2023 MM. Is that 1792? Okay, that's an M. I apologize. 2023 MM 792AO. And I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. And I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Now, I believe, is this Ms. Alexander and Ms. Corbett?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who is who?
I'm Corbett. She's Alexander.
Okay. Can I get both of you to raise your right hands for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
We do. Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming you're here just to make sure that he understands what the no contact order means and the injunction, and that you want to continue with that?
He already violated the injunction 2 times, and I don't feel comfortable with letting him out.
Well, I understand that, but my point is you're not here to tell me that you want something to change on that. You're still keeping that injunction in place and you want him to abide by it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Alexander, you need to understand this injunction order. I can understand possibly why you may find it confusing, but the actual condition of the injunction is pretty sufficient, I think. It says the subject is required to stay away from the residence, property, school, or place of employment of the protected person or other family or household member. If you want to see your children and those children are at her family's house, you're gonna have to go back to the judge that issued the injunction to have that changed. Because she's just, he or she's made it very clear that you're not to go anywhere near that residence. So the more you continue to violate this order, the more that you're gonna rack up charges, and you also run the risk of violating the conditions of this release.
And Your Honor, just in regards to when you set bond, he does have a current open non-arrest felony, a child abuse and bat DV, the victim being Miss Alexander. That was allegedly picked up end of 2022. But so there is a current open non-arrest felony. So state would just have that you take that
It's
into
filed
account.
at large, and the state's just looking into it.
Yes.
So
What residence did you say he's not allowed to return to?
the residence that he's not allowed to would be, it's my understanding would be the Dunwoody Street, because, wait, hold on. Yeah, then the 1834 Dunwoody Street residence is her mother's residence, and that his mother was at his residence prior to the incident and asked for a ride back to her residence. So, again, this is where I said, let's just take this and not make it about the mom, but let's just say Miss Alexander herself came to you and said, hey, I want to hang out with you tonight. You run the risk of going to jail, so, because you're the one that holds the order. So even if somebody tries to lure you or convince you to break the order, you're the one that's got to realize that you're the one that's going to suffer the
I
consequences.
realize that now.
Okay. And that's mainly just what we're here to make sure you understand.
It's like I said, I didn't know.
Okay. So sir, what I will do is I'm gonna go ahead and set the bond at, $1,000. I am gonna order that you abide by the injunction that is in place and that you continue to have no contact with the victim and stay away from the residence, and not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Did you guys have anything else? I apologize.
So how does all this work? Because he's already violated twice, so obviously he doesn't
You need to
care.
just keep contacting the state attorney's office and law enforcement if he continues to do it. Hopefully that won't happen, but just stay in touch with them about the two incidents that you're referring to.
Your Honor, he's not allowed to return to the Dunwoody address, correct? That's what you said?
It's the Dunwoody address, and it's also the Alhama Street address is in the injunction. The Pershing K through 8 on Pershing Avenue is in the injunction. There's multiple addresses, all within the injunction.
He stayed at, what address is it at, the Dunwoody address?
Can I say something?
Sure.
It only should be 2 addresses, but I'm not gonna say my address, but it's my address and the 1834. I don't know about the,
He stated he resides at the Dunwoody address. I don't.
he does not.
Oh.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He does not.
Well, whether he resides there or not, he's not gonna be able to live there because there's a judge that issued an injunction that told him not to go there.
Exactly.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to confirm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you both. Good
day.
luck.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Are you Anne Marie Bailey? Miss Bailey, you are here on case number 2023 MM749AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, and I am finding probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Without Mr. Bendel here this morning, I do have to tell you that I have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That means you're not gonna be able to see him, call him, email him, text message him, send him any cards, letters, or gifts, have anybody contact him on your behalf. You signing that order is acknowledging that you're aware of that order. Now, obviously, things in life are not necessarily always permanent, so it is something that you can change, but just keep in mind, the only person that's gonna be able to change that is Judge McGinnis. That's the trial judge. So, if Mr. Bindle comes to your house and says, hey, I want to make up or something, realize you're the one that's going to end up going back to jail until you get that no contact order changed. So I am going to set your bond in the amount of $500 with the conditions that you have no contact with the victim. You're gonna need to not return back to wherever he's staying. You're gonna need to maintain a separate address. I'll go ahead and put in there that if you need to get any belongings from that location, you can do so one time with law enforcement officers. I am gonna order that you not have any firearms or weapons. And I don't know if DCF was contacted, but if they were, you would just need to abide by that, any plan that they put in place, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am.
How much is this I have to pay of the 500?
500, you can either pay the full amount in cash, or you can go with the bondsman and pay 10%, and they'll pay the remaining.
Okay, what's the 10%?
$50.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it has to be 100?
Has to be at least 100.
I'm not good at math anyway, so don't ever ask me math questions. Okay, good morning, sir. Are you Adrian Crispin?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Crispin, you are here on case number 2023 MM751AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Without Ms. Jones present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That means you're not going to be able to see her, call her, text message her, send her any cards, letters, or gifts. The no contact order that you signed is just acknowledging that you're aware of that order. Like I said, things can change, but the only person that can change that is Judge McGinnis, the trial judge. So you would need to talk to him about anything that you want to change about the conditions of your release. Now, you do qualify for pretrial release, so I can go ahead and let you get out on pretrial release so you don't have to pay any monetary amounts to get out of jail. They are going to supervise you with that no contact order. They are also going to order that, well, I'm going to order that you not return back to that location, that you maintain a separate residence from her, that if you need to retrieve any belongings, you may do so one time with law enforcement officers. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms, and that you not possess any illicit substances or alcoholic beverages while you're out on pretrial release. Do you have any questions for me?
While I'm on PTR, am I able to leave the state to work with my brother? Because I have nowhere else to stay right now.
So say that one more time, while you're out on PTR.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to stay with your brother?
Yes, he's in Georgia. He lives in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So I'm asking if I'm able to
Put on the order
go out
that
of
you can.
state.
Yeah, I'll put on the order that you can, that you certainly may go to Georgia to stay with your brother if that's what you choose to do.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome, sir. Good luck. Make sure you stay in contact with your PD. They can waive certain appearances, so you don't have to keep coming back and forth from Georgia, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. Danny Felix?
Yes, ma'am, how you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Felix. You are here on case number 2023 MM3060. And this one, this was the warrant that Judge Collins signed. I did review it. She's the one that determined probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You do qualify for pretrial release, so I can go ahead and release you onto PTR so that you don't have to pay a monetary bond. The only conditions would be that you have no contact with Ms. Simpkins. Obviously, that means you're not gonna be able to see her, call her, hang out with her or anything. if you want that to change, just get in front of Judge McGinnis with your attorney so that he can change that for you. Let's see. I know you guys have been together for a long, long time, but I got the impression right now you're not living together, correct? Okay,
With my brother, ma'am.
okay. Is there anything at her house that you need to get, though? Maybe like a phone, clothes, anything? No? Okay. So the only thing I'll put in there then is to the no contact order, the maintain a separate residence, for you not to possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
James Hyde is another house you own?
Okay. Okay, on Mr. High's case, 2023 MM780AO, I don't believe that Ms. Lambert is here. So I am finding probable cause, appointing the public defender's office. They're agreeing to waive his appearance. He just doesn't qualify because you haven't interviewed him?
Yeah, he was never interviewed, Your Honor.
So why don't I do this? I'll put his bond at either $500 or pretrial release if he qualifies, with the conditions that he have no contact with the victim, that he not return to the location that they share together. It does appear to be a tent. I'll allow him to return one time with law enforcement officers to retrieve any belongings. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms. And he's also not to possess any illicit substances without a prescription. And I would like him to be tested randomly to make sure he abides by that. But just out of an abundance of caution, I'll give him 30 days before we test him, just to be safe. Okay.
And do you want him drug tested either way, whether bond or PTR? Either way he goes out?
No.
If he
No,
bonds,
because
no?
then all that happens is if they start testing positive, they start sending us, and I don't, well, you know what? I don't know what Judge McGinnis does, because there are certain judges that'll call you guys and do something. Because if you're just doing it as a condition of a monetary bond, there's like no teeth to it. You know what I mean?
So just if he goes out PTR,
PTR.
then have the argument.
Good morning. Are you Amanda LaRosa? Okay. Ms. LaRosa, you are here on case number 2023 MM767AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case, and I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay. So, Ms. LaRosa, the way I understand the property that you live on, it's so like you come up to a piece of property and there's two houses. You live in one, and who do you live in the one with?
I live with one of my brothers.
You live with one of your brothers. And then in the other house is your dad.
That's my other brother and his wife.
So where does your dad live?
My dad lives on 4th Street.
Okay, okay. It was very confusing to read all of the, how many brothers do you have?
I have 3 in total. I'm the 5th.
So I am gonna appoint the public defender's office, like I said. You do qualify for pretrial release. When the houses go like that, how far apart are they?
Technically, there's 2 separate gates. So my gate is the main entrance, and then there's another gate, I believe, on the left or the right side of the house. But I don't know how spaced out it is, but it is quite a little bit of a distance.
But we're not like talking about in the country where there's like an acre in between or anything.
No, there's not an acre in between, but we are on acres.
I'm just trying to figure out.
500 feet.
Is how I would assume that your dad goes over to both of your house and your other brother's house fairly often? Or does he go more to your other brother's house because of the child, the grandson?
My house doesn't really get visited like that.
Okay. If you're out getting into your car at your house and your brother was at his house putting the kid into the car seat, would you be able to see him?
I'd be able to, yes, I would be able to see him to know if he is outside or not.
Okay.
Because sometimes I have to like wait when he walks his dog, so it's like I'll see if he's outside before I can walk mine.
Okay. And then your dad lives down the street a ways. Okay. I think we'll be okay. So I'll go ahead and put that we're gonna release you on that pretrial release. I do have to issue the no contact order right now between you and your father. Until he gets here and tells Judge McGinnis something different, that's just the way it's gotta be. So I would just, as you watch to make sure there's not a dog outside, I would just make sure that your dad's not outside. That way you can stay back at your house, he can stay at his. I don't want you to possess any weapons or firearms. And I guess that's it. Was there anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Separate residences?
Maintain separate residence. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
Was it just one victim, Your Honor, or were there a couple? I couldn't tell from the affidavit.
The way they wrote it, it's only her dad. Yeah, the affidavit's very confusing, so.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Okay, okay. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Annie Marie Miller. Okay, good morning, Miss Miller. You're here on case number 2023 MM763AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. So it appeared that when pretrial release contacted your husband, he had intended to come to court, but without him being here this morning, you understand I have to issue that no contact order. You signing that paperwork is just acknowledging that you're aware that that no contact order is in effect. It means you can't see him, call him, text him, send him any cards, letters, or gifts. It is something that could change, but the only way for it to change is for you to get in front of Judge McGinnis and have him change it. Otherwise, like if your husband shows up to wherever you are, you run the risk of going back to jail and being held without any bond. You do qualify for pretrial release, so I'll go ahead and release you so that you don't have to pay a monetary bond to get out of jail. The conditions of that pretrial release are obviously the no contact order, to maintain a separate residence. I'll certainly allow you to go back to the hotel to retrieve any belongings that you need. One time with law enforcement officers. DCF was contacted, so I do need you to abide by any order that they put in place. I also need that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Do you have any questions for me?
He has our children right now, so does that mean I can't see my children?
So because DCF is getting involved,
I have a 3-year-old who he had a brain tumor, and now he has a permanent shunt implanted, so he needs special care. He can't run the risk of concussions or anything like that, so he needs his mother.
so, no, I understand, and my concern is that they've also filed charges against your husband at large.
Yes.
I probably would have taken him to jail instead of her, but that's just me. When you got arrested last night, did they let your husband take the children, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any family in town?
I was gonna go stay with my dad, but I would be sleeping on his couch, so I don't know if that would be a proper place to have my children sleeping on the couch with me, so I understand if he has to keep custody of them since he does have a hotel room and a bed for them to sleep in. I would just really appreciate it if I could just see them. I don't have to talk to him. He can come drop them off to my dad's house just so I can hang out with them.
Well, no, what I was gonna ask you is, how's your dad's relationship with him? Other than him probably being really mad that he got his daughter arrested.
Other than that, they're fine.
Okay, so why don't I do this? I'll put the no contact order in there, but I will put that, you may contact through third party using your dad, as a way to try to, get the children and see the children.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, good luck. Thank you. Yep, thank you. Yes. And are you Justin Petit Ferrer?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you are here on case number 2023 MM791AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You understand that without Ms. Andahar here this morning, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That no contact order is on you, meaning that if she comes to see you and you let her see you, you're the one that has the risk of going back to jail.
Yes, ma'am.
So this can change, but the only person that can do that is Judge McGinnis, the trial judge. So your public defender would need you to get back in front of him to make that happen. I was trying to read through here. The two of you, you don't live together, right? Or you do live together?
We did.
Okay, you do. So do you have someplace else you can stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you qualify for pretrial release. I'll release you on pretrial release with the no contact order. You're not to return back to where you live with her, but I will let you do that one time so that you can retrieve any belongings that you have. But you're to maintain a separate residence. You are not to possess any weapons or firearms. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any illicit substances. And you will be tested randomly to make sure that you're abiding by that. But I will make sure, actually, let me just ask you a question. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I don't smoke.
Okay, well, do you want me to not have them test you for 30 days just to be safe?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Jessica Santiago? Okay, good morning, Ms. Santiago. You're here on 2023 MM762AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm assuming that this gentleman is Michael McLaren?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. McLaren, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I will.
Okay. So, Mr. McLaren, I did read over the charging affidavit. I'm aware of kind of everything that's going on, and I certainly understand that you weren't really interested in kind of pursuing this, but does that mean that you would like her to come home, or you want to continue the no contact order?
I do not want to continue the no contact order for multiple reasons. Our lives are really intertwined, and we're at a pivotal point in our lives. We're making changes and we're making progress, and that's one of my concerns, because although we had this setback, Jessica signed up for therapy. She also has a job that she's starting in February. She has 3 children that need her and miss her right now. So I'm not in danger at all, and my concern is more for her health.
Okay, and you're obviously comfortable with her coming back home. Are you concerned about the children's safety?
Not at all. I'm not concerned with anyone's safety, but her own.
Okay, okay. Well, Ms. Santiago, like I said, I'm appointing the public defender's office. You do qualify for pretrial release, so I can release you on pretrial release so you don't have to pay a monetary bond to get out of jail. I am gonna issue a no hostile contact between you and Mr. McLaren. No shouting, arguing, screaming at each other, anything like that. I am gonna also order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. And hold on one second. I don't, oh, they were notified. Okay, that was what I was looking at. It does appear that DCF was notified, so I would just ask that any order or any plans that they put in place, that you abide by that. Okay? Do you have any questions? No? Anything else, sir?
Is she gonna be released today?
Yeah, so pretrial services is gonna go back and talk to her. It may take about a couple hours, but then she should be able to get out. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Good luck, ma'am. Randall Slate? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Slate. You're here on case number 2023 MM75AW. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Mr. Slate, obviously without Ms. Young present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order. That means you're not gonna be allowed to see her, call her, email her, text message her. That can change, but that has to be done through Judge McGinnis. If he doesn't change it, you're the one that runs the risk if she comes around you, that you'll end up back in jail. So just make sure you don't talk to her until that gets changed. Now, as a condition of your release, let's see.
I don't want to be around her.
You don't want to be around her? Okay. The only thing, I know you guys are both, you don't have permanent homes right now, but are you kind of staying near each other?
No, she comes over a lot, but yeah, I guess you could say, yeah, that we do stay near each other, but not together.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put that you need to maintain a separate residence from her.
Yes, ma'am.
And that you not possess any weapons or firearms. I am gonna, set the bond at $500 and the no contact order. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I just don't have the means to bond out. I was gonna see if I could get ROR'd because I was in the process of moving to a new house and everything.
I'm not gonna be able to let you out on an ROR, but talk to your attorney. She just gave you the phone number for them. I certainly would have a much easier time if, the victim was here and could kind of talk about that. So maybe your attorney could get her to be present and do a bond hearing in front of Judge McGinnis next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, sir. Are you Kevin, is it Ziegler? And Mr. Ziegler, I have you here on case number 2023 MM748AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Let's see. Okay. I guess they weren't able to contact, Mr. Velez, so we weren't sure if he was gonna come here. But that being said, without him being here today, I do have to issue that no contact order. So keep in mind that order does stay with you. If you violate the order, you run the risk of going back to jail. I can release you on pretrial release, so you don't have to post a monetary bond to get out of jail. The conditions are, though, with that no contact order, that the two of you obviously are not gonna be able to live together until you figure out something else. Do you have someplace else you can stay?
I have my own residence, so we share residence, two residents.
Okay, so I will go ahead and put that you just maintain a separate residence. Do you need anything, any items that are at where he is?
Not that I can think of, nothing immediately anyway.
Okay. Well, and then I'm just gonna order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. And I'm just gonna include that I'd prefer you not to drink right now. I think alcohol kind of started this, and maybe we just all need to take a breath and loose off for a little bit. Okay? Okay, stay in contact with your public defender. Like I said, if you want anything to change, it can happen, but it has to be done in front of Judge McGinnis, okay? Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Is it Lida? And how do you say your last name? Swayed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is on 2023 MM753AO. And I do believe that this is Miss McLean? Okay. And Miss McLean, you are the alleged victim in this case. By you being here today, were you wanting to continue with the no contact order, or would you like to do the no hostile contact?
I don't want to do the no contact order.
Okay, so I have to issue a no hostile, I guess that's the thing. If I don't do a no contact, I can do a no hostile contact, which just means no fighting, no screaming at each other or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, and so you're comfortable with her coming home? Yeah. Okay, so you do qualify for pretrial services, so I'll go ahead and, well, let me ask you, I didn't have an affidavit of insolvency. Do you want the public defender's office appointed to represent you, or were you gonna try to hire your own attorney?
Public defender, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and appoint the public defenders.
Your Honor, could you make one of the conditions that she be allowed to return to Texas? She's on active duty.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So I'll go ahead with the pretrial release, that there's no hostile contact with you and Ms. McLean. I have no objection to you returning to Texas. What do you do in the military?
I'm 88 Mike.
You're what?
88,
No, you could go ahead and speak.
88 Mike.
What is it?
I don't know what that,
Truck driver.
so you don't typically have to carry a weapon while you're driving, do you?
No, we don't normally carry weapons unless
Okay.
we're.
That was the only thing is I have to issue the no weapons or firearms, but I didn't know if, like, if you're an MP or something, we might have to have a whole discussion. So I don't think that's gonna cause you any problems. The only additional thing, ma'am, is I am gonna order that you not consume any alcoholic beverages right now. It's a good time to just maybe take a break. Okay? Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have any questions? Okay, you guys are all set. She should be released probably in about an hour or two, maybe 3. Okay, good luck to you. Thank you.
Whatever county it is.
Okay, good morning, sir. What's your name?
Rico Ransom.
Okay, so Mr. Ransom, you're here on a out-of-county warrant from Flagler County. It says we hold 2 active warrants, violations of community control. It gives a bond of $2,500. So I realize it says 2 counts, but I only have a blanket amount of $2,500. So, sir, you can either bond out with that $2,500 or Flagler will come and pick you up. They do have 72 hours or more to do that, though.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Aaron Terrence Smith?
Means he's on his way to Seminole.
Oh, they already took him?
They're transporting him.
Look at Seminole being on the ball. Okay. Rachel Woodson? Okay, Miss Woodson, this looks like you got an out-of-county warrant for Volusia County. This is a failure to appear for a retail theft. They did set the bond at none.
And state would request no action on the out on bond.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take any action on the misdemeanor that you're out on. Did we give you a public defender on that misdemeanor trespass charge? Or did you just bond out right away?
Bonded out.
How about this? Why don't I appoint the public defender to represent you? Only because if they have that snow bond for you out of Volusia, I don't want you to start missing court dates because you're stuck in the Volusia County Jail and they issue warrants because nobody knows about it. Okay, so I will go ahead and appoint the public defender on 2023 MM 235AO. And then Volusia will come and pick you up, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
I remember a lot of these guys have extra friends.
Tell me your name.
It's Yoash Allen Kirk Arrow.
Okay. I just wasn't sure how to say Josh, so thank you. And so you are here on a couple of cases. I have okay, I guess it's two cases. So they're violations of probation. The first case is 2021 CF 3244AO. That's a violation of probation signed by Judge Madrigal. He has set your bond at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The second case is 2021 CF 3655AO. That is also a violation of probation warrant signed by Judge Madrigal. Not sure why he did that, but he gave you a bond on that one of $2,500. So I'd probably just wait until you see him though. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. I have violation of probation on both. I don't think it matters. It's the same thing. In my world, it's the same thing. Okay, are you Marcus Dewberry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Dewberry, you're here on 2017 CF 10802AO. This is a violation of probation signed by Judge Barber. Oh, there it is. The bond has been set at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
I already got a lawyer, ma'am.
Oh, who's your lawyer?
Marcus Burton. I just came back from prison.
Oh, okay.
But-
Does he know you're here on the VOP?
Yeah, but we're not worried about this. My court date is on the 9th.
Okay, I just want to make sure he knows you're here so he can get you to court.
He knows, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set then, thank you. So I won't appoint the public defender on that case.
Sorry.
Christina Feliciano? Okay, good morning, Ms. Feliciano. I have a couple cases. The first one I have is 2019 CF 17369AO. This appears to be a violation of probation that was signed by Judge White. He set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Then on case number 2020 CF 11444AO, that is a this is an arrest? No. It's an arrest warrant. Okay, and so count one is dealing in stolen property. Judge Wilson set the bond at $1,000. Receiving money from pawnbroker is count two and set your bond at $100 for a total of $1,100. It also includes no return, no contact with the victim or witnesses, no alcohol or drugs without a prescription, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on that case as well. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Michael Harris refused.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, on Mr. Harris, I have, let's see, I have two cases. So the first one I have is 2023 CF 1536AO, possession of methamphetamines. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent them. They are waiving his refusal. or waiving his appearance due to the refusal. I'll stay the bond at $15,000. And then the second case is 2022 CF 11440AO, which triggers a violation of probation that he has here in Orange County. The bond on that is set at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. I'm gonna go ahead and revoke the ROR, only because he's in on the VOP, might as well get some more time on this charge. So the case that he's currently out on bond, 2022 CF 11543AO, I'll revoke the ROR, set the bond at none, and it looks like he already has the PD on that case. Theodis Kendall?
Yep.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Kendall. I have you here on (2023) MM766AO. It's a possession of drug paraphernalia, and then it looks like that they went and violated his probation based on that.
State has no objection to using your discretion to set a bond.
Okay. I haven't seen them charge possession of drug paraphernalia in probably about 2 years. So I'm gonna ROR him on the MM case. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Sure.
Now, the violation of probation, that was done by law enforcement based purely on the charge, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna ROR you on that. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. They may find something else to violate you on, but hopefully not, but at least you aren't being held without bond.
He does have the 5-day hold for probation, just so you're aware, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just so he knows he's not
Right.
gonna be walking out the door.
So they're gonna hold you for 5 days, but my guess is probation will look at what happened, and then they'll probably let you go unless you violated some kind of technical between now, but
Actually, I just started on the 17th of last month.
we're so new, hopefully nothing will happen then, okay? Good luck, sir, thank you.
All right, well, I'm done.
Uh-huh. Adrian Timothy Nichols? Are you Mr. Nichols?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Nichols, you are here on strictly a probation of violation. Based on what?
Officer did it, and it's an add-on, meaning he was already convicted. So he picked up this the other day, carrying a concealed, carrying a concealed by convicted felon, and the officer came back and found this when he noticed.
Is this an add-on charge?
It's an add-on VOP due to a previous possession of a convicted felon with a firearm charge.
Okay, because I'm like, it says, it helps if I read, it's an add-on. Okay, I was just couldn't figure out where the other charge was. So, Mr. Nichols, obviously, when you picked up that other charge, this is violating your probation in 2018 CF 15644AO. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and the bond will be set at none. Okay, good luck to you, sir, thank you. Dylan Mitchell Oliver?
These tend to be easy.
Okay, Mr. Oliver, you're here on case number 2021 CF 8669AO. This is a violation of probation signed by Judge Weiss in Division 15. He did set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and they can try to get you a bond hearing in front of him, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
So you can write PC, but it's.
Michael Quinn? Mr. Quinn, good morning. You're here on 2 cases. Okay, so the first one I have is 2020 CF 8842AO. That's a violation of probation. Judge LeBlanc signed the warrant giving you a $2,500 bond. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. However, you also have 2020 CF 9627AO. That one, he set the bond at none. That being said, both of these are in front of Judge Harris. You do have the Public Defender's Office, and they'll try to get you a bond hearing with her, okay?
I was on probation for that charge. So the only thing I didn't do was not report because I was homeless.
That's something you're gonna have to take up with Judge Harris, okay? Okay. Andrew Lee Scott? Okay, good morning, Mr. Scott. You are here on 2021 CF 13824BO. This is a violation of probation, or a violation of community control signed by Judge Egan. He did set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. David Torres? Hi, good morning, Mr. Torres. You're here on 2020 CF 2199AO. Judge Bleckman signed a violation of community control warrant. He set your bond at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Charus Williams? Oh, yep, it has an ROR on it. Okay. And then this would be Rebecca Louise Undello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Undello, this is case number 2022 CT55AW. It is a violation of probation warrant signed by Judge Allen. She did give you a bond of $2,500, and I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay? Good luck, ma'am. Thank you.
And I believe we skipped Mr. Miller. Keith Allen.
I didn't have a charging affidavit for him. I had a sheet, but I didn't have paperwork for him.
I have
Miller?
2 warrants, a new law, and a VOP.
I have.
Is that what you have as well?
Paperwork as well, yeah. It's for Miller. He's got multiple
Miller,
cases.
Keith.
I'll show you. Hold on.
He's set for this morning at 9.
We thought he was set for this morning. Let me
You want
see.
to move on to
He handed
second?
me the sheets. Let me,
He's got, what, 4 cases total? 4.
Keith Allen Miller?
Yes.
Can we move on to second session?
I don't think he'd be coming anyway. He's in the hospital.
Oh, he's in the hospital. I will leave.
They moved him first, I think, because of the DV.
Yeah, we'll just address,
long as
he's
he
at the
gets-
hospital, right? So we'll address it this afternoon. Or second. Yeah. 33 days? Okay. Okay, Ms. Fleming, you ready on the 33-day motions?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so the first case I have is Luis Cameron Hines, 2023 CF 109AO.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Donald James Frederickson, 22 CF 14021AO.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Guillermo David Segarra Aponte, 23 CF 115AO.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Guillermo has another one, 23 CF 112AO.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Anthony Lorenzo Johnson, 23 CF 38AO.
Denied, and information was filed.
Carlos Giovanni Paz Flores, 23 CF 3AO.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Demetrius Anthron Johnson, 23 CF 111 AO.
Granted, it was no build.
Jeff Alcime, 23 CF 7 AO.
Denied, and information was filed.
Jelani Watumbi Jones, 22 CF 14570 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Lorson Rashad Lovely Burrows, 21 CF 13033 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay, that was everything. So it is currently okay.
Hour and 20. She said there was. She always has like a 45-minute drive.
Okay. Paisley, Florida? Okay. Okay. So it's 11:09. What time do you guys want to come back? 12:30?
You can come back 12:30.
Okay, we'll be back at 12:30 then. I'll see you guys then. Have a great lunch.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Judge Arendis. I will be handling initial appearances today. When I call your name, come up to the microphone. I will ask you to state your name and date of birth to make sure I have the correct person in front of me. I will let you know what charges you have been picked up on, if there's a bond, and the conditions of that bond. Why is our screen?
It keeps going on and on.
For today's purposes and today's purposes only, the Public Defender's Office is provisionally appointed to represent you unless you already have private counsel. If you need their services beyond today, you will need to complete an application to see if you qualify. We can have appearances for the record, starting with the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Cynthia Carrasco for the state.
Defense.
Good afternoon, Judge Callie Chrysler, Assistant Public Defender. And quick question, if I have a probable cause argument or an argument to place on record, do you wish me to?
Let me know when I call the case.
Yes, ma'am.
Appearance for pretrial release.
Officer Safante, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get the Spanish cases started.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, certified Spanish interpreter, previously sworn.
Good afternoon, Ms. Batana. This is Judge Arendis. We are in 4E in Osceola. We're going to be handling initial appearances, so it will be piping through the courtroom over to the jail. We do have a few cases for you, so I'll start with the first one. Eduardo Pabon Gonzalez, 23 CT 573. He's approaching. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Buenas tardes, señor. Por favor, diga su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento. Eduardo Pavón González, February 20. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Let me ask him the day. ¿Qué día fue que me dijo que había nacido el 20 de febrero? February 24, 1975.
Sir, you've been picked up as a result of driving while license suspended or equivalent status.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto por conducir con la licencia suspendida.
The court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause.
Habiendo repasado el documento acusatorio, determino que existen indicios de criminalidad.
Bond to be set in the amount of $500.
Se concede fianza por la cantidad de $500.
It appears that you're also out on ROR for 22 CT 3567.
Usted se encuentra ahora mismo libre bajo caución juratoria ante el caso 22CT 3567.
Court will be revoking that and setting a bond at $500.
En cuanto a ese caso, se revoca la caución juratoria y se impone una fianza de $500.
Thank you, sir. Have a seat, please.
Gracias, señor. Por favor, tome asiento.
Jesus Martin Correa Garcia, 23 CT 000007. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Señor, por favor, diga su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento. Jesús Martín Correa García, August 31st, 2004.
Sir, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for failure to appear for arraignment. In that case, there's no bond set on that, sir.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto ante una orden de arresto por falta de comparecencia a la vista incubatoria de ese caso. Se impone prisión preventiva.
Thank you. You may have a seat.
Gracias, puede tomar asiento.
Derek Bonet Rodriguez, 23 CF 354.
For this case, I do have a probable cause argument for one of the charges,
Which one, counsel?
the tampering charge.
The altering, destroying, concealing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Buenas tardes, señor. Por favor, diga su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Derek Bonet Rodríguez,
Derek Bonet Rodríguez.
18 de septiembre del 93.
September 18, 1993.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up on a couple of charges. The first is possession of cocaine.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto, tiene varios cargos. El primero es tenencia de cocaína,
Then there's resisting arrest without violence,
desobedecer a las autoridades,
possession or use of drug paraphernalia,
tenencia o uso de instrumentos para el uso de drogas
and altering or destroying, concealing.
y alterar, destruir u ocultar.
Counsel, what is your argument as to the fourth charge?
Licenciada, ¿cuál es su argumento en cuanto al cuarto cargo?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Defense's point that merely abandoning the property does not count as tampering with the particular evidence. And in OBAS v. State 935, 7nd, 38, from 2006, the court found there that dropping and tossing away from himself about 5 feet a pill container and cocaine rock was not sufficient to meet the statutory requirements for tampering with evidence.
Sí, su señoría, la argumentación es que no hay causa para la acusación de interferir con la prueba, ya que en el caso de Olvas en contra del Estado, un caso del 2006, se determinó que el mero hecho de dejar caer o de tirar un contenedor de píldoras a una distancia de 5 pies de la persona no era suficiente para la imputación de un cargo como este.
And in this particular case, the arrest warrant specifically states that the items dropped were no further than 5 feet from the defendant, according to the arrest affidavit.
Y entonces, en este caso, el documento acusatorio indica que los elementos que se dejaron caer no estaban a una distancia mayor de 5 pies del acusado. Y basándonos en esto, solicitamos que no se encuentre que existen indicios de criminalidad ante ese cargo.
What was the posture of that case? Was it initial appearance or was it actually at the trial court level?
¿Ese caso estaba a nivel de la audiencia de primera instancia o ya a nivel del juzgado?
Your Honor, it was at the trial posture level that this was found. The court specifically stated that they are unable to, on these facts, to accept the state's argument that the defendant violated the statute. If they had been thrown or dropped, that they could not be retrieved or swallowed in the case, that then it would have been otherwise.
Su señoría, estaban ya en el juicio y entonces este caso explícitamente indica que no se puede aplicar en la ley en esa instancia, que si los artículos se hubiesen tirado a una distancia que no se podían recoger, o si se los hubiese tragado, pues que ya eso hubiese sido diferente.
Counsel, based upon the fact that this is an initial appearance and it is a probable cause determination, which is a very low threshold, this charging affidavit says that he threw 2 items over the handrail, which is a direct, active discarding on his part. So you're welcome to make that argument at the trial court level, but it fails today.
Bueno, licenciada, tomando en consideración que nos encontramos en la vista de primera instancia y que lo que estamos buscando es determinar si existen indicios de criminalidad, aquí el quantum de la prueba necesario es muy leve. Así que, por lo tanto, voy a determinar que existen indicios de criminalidad basándome en que dice el documento acusatorio que él tiró los artículos por encima del pasamanos. Le invito a que este argumento lo presente en el juicio.
Thank you.
Gracias, su señoría, gracias.
The court is finding probable cause as to all 4 challenges.
Se determinan indicios de criminalidad en cuanto a los 4 cargos.
He qualifies for direct pretrial release.
Él cumple con los requisitos para que se le conceda la libertad provisional directa.
It will be modified as follows.
Y se modifica de la siguiente manera.
Count 1 will be pretrial release with a $500 bond.
Cargo número 1, programa de libertad provisional, fianza $500.
Count 2, pretrial release with a $500 bond.
Cargo número 2, programa de libertad provisional, fianza $500.
Count 3, direct pretrial release.
Cargo número 3, programa de libertad provisional, no tendrá que también pagar fianza.
Count 4, direct pretrial release.
Y cargo número 4, programa de libertad provisional sin necesidad de fianza adicional.
It is not to possess any alcohol or drugs.
Se le prohíbe la tenencia de todo tipo de alcohol y drogas.
It is not to consume any alcohol or drugs.
Se le prohíbe el consumo de alcohol y drogas.
And he is to report for random urinalysis.
Y tendrá que reportarse para que se le hagan pruebas aleatorias de orina.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Have a seat, sir.
Señor, tome asiento.
John Doe, 3243. Thank you. It's 23 CF 361. Pretrial release, were we able to absolutely confirm the ID or no? No, ma'am? Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Buenas tardes, señor. Por favor, dígame su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento. Víctor Yair Figueroa Mendoza, March 25, 1999.
Sir, you've been picked up for actual constructive possession of a synthetic cannabis.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto por tenencia de cannabis sintético.
At this time, we're not able to confirm your identity, so you will be held until your identity is confirmed.
En este momento no hemos podido confirmar su identidad, así que permanecerá detenido hasta que podamos confirmarla.
Make sure you mark on there that he's being held until his ID is confirmed. Thank you, sir. Have a seat, please.
Gracias, señor. Por favor, tome asiento.
Ma'am, just for defense's edification, what statute allows for his continued detainment on these low-level charges?
Counsel, when we can't identify someone, I can't release them until we're able to identify them. I don't have the statute at my fingertips, but you're welcome to go look it up.
Yes, ma'am. Defense, for the record, would object for bond not being set at this time.
I understand. It's overruled. Jane Doe, 629, 23MM260. Were you able to confirm her ID pretrial release? Oh, I got it right here. Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. State your name and date of birth, please.
Buenas tardes, señora. Por favor, dígame su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
27 del 2000.
Sofía Nora Rojas, December 27, 2000.
Mora, con M.
Mora.
Thank you. Ma'am, you've been picked up as a result of providing false name or ID by arrestee.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto por proveer un nombre o una identificación falsa.
The court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause.
Habiendo repasado el documento acusatorio, determinó que existen indicios de criminalidad.
Bond to be set in the amount of $500.
La fianza se fija en $500.
Thank you. You may have a seat.
Gracias, señora. Puede tomar asiento.
Your Honor, do you accept name?
Yes, I accept the name based on the ID that's been provided to the court. Can you make an announcement to make sure that nobody else needs your services, that they actually need your services as opposed to wanting your services?
¿Alguna de las personas que permanece en la sala necesita los servicios del intérprete al español? Si verdaderamente necesita el servicio.
Ma'am, I see no hands.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you, Your
weekend.
Honor.
Thank you. Aaron Alvarenga.
And Your Honor, he has informed me that he had hired private counsel.
Sir, have you hired an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Yesterday.
Okay, no one's made a notice of appearance. Do you want me to proceed forward with your initial appearance, or do you want to wait for that attorney?
We can proceed forward.
All right, state your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Aaron Alvarenga, 07/17/2001.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of an arrest warrant for carjacking with a deadly weapon, grand theft auto, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Probable cause was found when the warrant was issued. This court has reviewed it, and I do concur with the finding. There will be no bond on count 1. Count 2 will be set at $2,500. Count 3, the amount of $2,500. You're not to have any association with the co-defendants. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. And you're not to return to 5285 Hawk Drive. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Damian Kriego. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Damien Miko Kregel, 05/17/1990.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for violation of probation in case 16 CF 3404. There's no bond on that, sir. Do you have his next court date?
VOP arraignment, February 14th, 8:15 a.m., courtroom 5F.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Joshua Allen Cummins. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Joshua Allen Cummins, 10/20/80.
Oh, 10/20/80?
Yes.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said 10/28, so I had to look and make sure here. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for failing to appear for arraignment in 22 CF 3319. There's no bond on that. Do you have his next court date?
Arraignment, February 13th, 8:45 a.m., courtroom 5A.
Thank you. Vincent Galindo.
Your Honor, he's in the back, and they'll be bringing him up, and we would waive the reading of those charges.
Thank you.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Vicente Galindo, 7/19/1957.
Thank you. Sir, do you understand the charge that you've been picked up on?
Yeah, I understand.
All right. It's pursuant to an arrest warrant that was issued. Probable cause was found when that warrant was issued. I have reviewed it. I do concur with the finding. Bond to be set in the amount of $15,000. You're not to return to the Miller's Ale House. You're not to have any contact with Isabella Acosta. You're not to have any contact with Valentina. And you're not to have any contact with persons under the age of 18. Thank you. Yes, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, because of the charges
the offenses in this case. This is a punished by life offense. Oh, I apologize. It'd be zero bond. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you. Jesse Jeremy Gilmenti.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Jesse Gilmet, February 11th, 1990.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for violation of probation in case 21MM348. There's no bond on that, sir. Do you have his next court date?
VOP arraignment, February 16th, 8:05 a.m., courtroom 5B.
Thank you. Angelina Escudero. Good afternoon, ma'am. State your name and date of birth, please.
Good afternoon, Angelina Izquierdo, 52578.
Thank you. Ma'am, you've been picked up on two matters. The first is a warrant for failure to appear for pretrial conference in case 22MM1869. There's no bond on that. The second case is 22MM2518, failure to appear for arraignment. There is a $500 bond on that one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amy Russell. Good afternoon. State your name and date of birth, please.
Amy Russell, June 18th, 1977.
Thank you. Ma'am, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for failure to appear for arraignment in 22 CF 2068. There's no.
I had that charge.
Ma'am,
I didn't even know.
you'll need to talk with the attorney. I'm just letting you know what you've been picked up on, which is a warrant for a failure to appear. If you have a defense with that, you will need to put forth that defense with your trial judge. He has set a zero bond on that warrant. Thank you. Have a seat, please. Ricky Minor.
Your Honor, we would waive the reading of those charges.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Rick Minor, 12/17/59.
Thank you. Do you have the information on this one?
Let me check. I think the only thing we have is that KPS, but let me confirm. One moment.
Sir, while the clerk is looking to see if she has a document that I'm looking for, do you understand the charges that you've been picked up on?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
There's only no information for a few charges, and then there's the KPS. Let me show you. Let me print. So here's the KPS I gave you. And then there's this. But as far as an actual information, would you like the one? Well, this was an 8/29/22 for this case. And then there was this.
All right, so these are charges as a result of a KPS that was issued. It's my understanding counsel has reviewed the charges with you and you understand what those charges are, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, bond is going to be set on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, the amount of $500. Count 2, the amount of $500. Count 3, the amount of $500. Count 4, the amount of $500. You need to make sure that you follow your requirements. Thank you. Isaac McLamory. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Isaac McLamory, March 7th, 1999.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up on a warrant out of Orange County for case number 48, 2021 CF 0048620. There's no bond on that, sir. They'll be notified that you're here. Thank you. Dejan West.
Your Honor, he refused.
All right, well, I will be waiving his appearance. He is picked up on an out-of-county warrant from Miami-Dade County for F2200741B. There's no bond on that. Thank you. Eddie Brackens.
He's approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Eddie Brackens, 51190.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant out of Orange County under case 48, 2021 MM 0085010. There is bond on count 1 in the amount of $5,000, count 2, $100, count 3, $100. Thank you. Travian McManus. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Travion McManus, October 2nd, 1998.
Thank you. You've been picked up as a result of an arrest warrant out of Orange County for case 48, 2022 MM 52090. There's no bond on that, sir. They'll be notified you're here. Ranica Blackman. Good afternoon, ma'am. State your name and date of birth, please.
Ranika Blackman.
And your,
1997.
okay, what is your date of birth?
09/22/1997.
Thank you. Ma'am, you've been picked up as a result of battery, touch, or strike. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there is sufficient probable cause. You do not qualify for pretrial release. Bond to be set in the amount of $1,000. You are not to return to 5399 West Earlo Bronson Memorial Highway, which is the stayable suites. You can go back one time with the assistance of law enforcement to obtain your personal items only. You're to have no contact with Marquise Duhart. No contact means no in-person contact, no third-party contact, no social media contact, no telephone contact, no contact whatsoever, and it starts right now. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to possess or consume any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Justin Carter. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Justin Carter, February 24th, 2003.
Thank you. Mr. Carter, you've been picked up as a result of carjacking with a deadly weapon, grand theft auto, and aggravated assault with deadly weapon without intent to kill. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's sufficient probable cause. You do not qualify for pretrial release given the nature of the charges. There will be no bond set on count 1. Count 2 will be set in the amount of $5,000. No bond on count 3. In the event that you are released, you are not to return to 5285 Hawk Drive in Kissimmee, and you're not to associate with the co-defendants.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
As a matter of just sort of housekeeping, I believe that the third charge is entitled to bond. The first charge would not, but the third would be.
Hold on, counsel. You are breaking up badly. I don't know if it's the weather or what's going on, but
So the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent would be.
counsel, can you hold on just a moment? You are breaking up.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, our video and sound.
Chinese weather.
Stay on hold because judges has paused for now. Okay. They're checking.
All right.
has me on hold.
Okay. Counsel, can you hear me okay?
I can now, ma'am.
All right, I mean, it's still doing its thing over here, but as long as you can hear me, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed. Just if you can't hear me, put your hand up so that I know you can't hear me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. With regard to the third count, court has reviewed the statute. The bond will be set in the amount of $3,000. Thank you.
Your Honor, just for clarification, the no return address is 5258 or 5285?
5285.
As well as with Arid Alvarenga, the other co-defendant?
Yeah, did I write it down wrong? Hold on.
I wrote it down correctly, I just wanted to confirm.
5285 Hawk Drive.
Thank you.
Claude Davis. 2 cases.
Davis? I don't know if this is booking.
Yeah, if you come and see, you'll see, it's like the video's staticky and
Your Honor, we
And the
believe
audio's
that he
breaking
is currently in medical for an issue. If we could reset this to tomorrow.
I think I understood her to say that he's currently in medical.
If we could reset for
Yes,
tomorrow.
okay.
IT's on the way as well.
All right, reset for medical for when he's available. I hate rolling those into the weekend, but. John Doe, 3242.
He's also in the back, and they're bringing him up.
Pretrial release, do you have confirmed ID on him?
Let me double check now. Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Alejandro Moncayo, May 27, 1998.
Oh. All right, we're gonna have to wait for IT to come up. It's sounding like a really bad cell phone connection.
Understood.
This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. My understanding is they have a direct fiber optic cable from here to the jail.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi there. So it's not doing it every time, but it's doing it enough that it sounds like a really bad cell phone. All right, Ms. Chrysler, we're gonna try this again. Can you just talk to me for no apparent reason?
For no apparent reason, yeah, sure. Yeah, is this working at all? Am I still breaking up? Is it awful?
Good. You see what the problem is? They can hear me okay, but I can't hear them okay.
It started with the video and then it just got worse, the audio.
And we get that nice little, you know.
I'm always so lucky with technical things.
You want to go to the jail, Judge?
Not particularly.
believe the Meridian card is going back.
Judge, Claude Davis, the one that's in medical, that we reset unavailable, just want to let you know, he's out on bond in a criminal felony case, and he has bond in a new case. Do you want to take action on that before he bonds out? Because if he bonds out before you revoke it, just thought I'd let you know. Do you need the space?
Looks like you fixed it.
How are you? Fantastic.
I promise you I didn't touch.
And we're gone. We've lost the
Our
feed
fault.
completely.
I'm sorry?
Oh, now you're back.
Yeah, they're working on it, so you might lose us once in a while.
Okay.
Oh, it's Orange County,
It's Orange County,
but I mean, it's still our,
so it's not us, it's them.
it's Orange County. Well, I mean, like,
It's always Orange County.
the case, Your Honor.
Oh.
My mind.
Can we be on the same length, please? No?
I don't know what's going on today. Okay, is this case?
Is it true they have
Just
that
kidding.
direct, cable from here all the way down? Right? Actually, we have two. Two big.
Really?
Main Street, down 119.
And here's the fun part.
On Neptune?
It's fiber.
Fiber optic.
I don't know why we can't be more direct than that.
Well, it's KUA.
Okay.
And I hear when we have an outage, like when the video's down, we have to go to the jail. And if Orange County's is down on the weekend, I would have to go
Yeah.
to do the IAs from, and I'm like,
I got it in the stadium.
I haven't had that
Right
happen
now?
yet, so
It's not as bad as you
But I
think.
don't know if it's gonna go back on.
I'm sure it'll be
But
fun.
if you pull this out.
Depends what judge I go with.
It blacks out.
Could be the case too.
No, when it goes into
Maybe stay right now.
If it happens
But-
again, do you want us to call?
I'm sure there's lots of
understand.
people who would disagree with that statement, but. Ms. Chrysler, we're gonna try this. They're gonna hang out with me. We're just gonna try to get through these IAs.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Let's go.
All right, sir, state your name again, please.
Alejandro Moncayo Turcan, birthday May 27, 1998.
In pretrial release, you don't have any confirmation of identification?
Not as of yet, Your Honor. We need the family to drop off maybe some kind of ID.
Okay, because the birth date that I have is totally different than what he's saying as well.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
And Your Honor, he does say that he does have a passport at his home.
If and when it arrives and his ID can be confirmed, then we can go ahead and finish this process, but not until his identification is confirmed. I will go ahead and make the rulings so that if it is provided, he can be released, but if it's not provided, he'll have to wait. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of battery on a law enforcement officer, firefighter. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause. In the event that your ID is confirmed, bond to be set in the amount of $1,000, but not until your ID is confirmed. Second matter is a grand theft auto. Court has reviewed.
Oh, ma'am, we lost you this time.
Uh-oh. You can't hear me, Ms. Chrysler?
Barely at all.
Oh.
And I'm straining to hear you.
So on that or bond not active.
Correct. But until they can hear me. Can you hear me now?
Barely. It went from a normal level to a whisper.
Lord knows I don't whisper.
Technology is great.
It's mostly our friend. Until it's not.
Hang on, no, I can't leave them up here. Sorry. I can't leave them up here.
Have you had any time for the EIS?
Never had this either.
How about now?
It's still very, very low. I'm pretty sure anybody that's not standing right next to me can't hear you.
Okay.
Have we tried turning it on and off again?
I mean, that's always the first course of action.
Is it just low in volume or is it breaking up?
I don't think she heard you. And I'm pretty sure that court reporters downstairs don't want you to hit that microphone again. Just because they can't hear us doesn't mean that the folks downstairs, yeah. No, not at all.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. All right, don't do anything yet. Whatever you did, it's working right now. All right, battery law enforcement officer or firefighter. Bond will be set in the amount of $1,000 upon proof of identification. And for the grand theft auto, court finds probable cause, bond to be set in the amount of $5,000 upon proof of identification. The bond is not active until identification has been proven and confirmed by pretrial release. And Ms. Chrysler, I need to go back to Claude Davis. Sir, you can have a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
He is out on bond for 22.
We lost you again.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody move.